Subscribe to In the Beginning right now, because what you're about to hear is not a campfire trick or a modern survival gimmick. It's a wartime improvisation that quietly kept soldiers fed when fires would have given them away. This episode uncovers a little-known trench tool from World War II that functioned as light, heat, and a food warmer all at once, built from scraps and used under the most dangerous conditions imaginable. If you care about real military history, frontline survival, and the ingenuity that kept men alive in mud, cold, and darkness, stay with me. The trench candle was born from necessity, not design. On static fronts across Europe, open flames were deadly. Smoke attracted snipers. Firelight drew artillery. Yet soldiers still needed warm food, melted snow, and some form of heat to keep their hands functional. Standard stoves were bulky, fuel was scarce, and resupply was unreliable. The solution came from scavenged tins, cardboard and wax, materials found everywhere in wartime camps. This device went by different names depending on the army and unit, but the concept remained consistent. British and Commonwealth troops often referred to it simply as a trench candle, while American forces later adopted a similar version known today as the buddy burner. Despite the casual name, it was a carefully controlled heat source designed to burn low, steady, and almost smokeless. What made the trench candle effective was its internal structure. A shallow metal tin, often from rations, was packed tightly with corrugated cardboard cut into strips and rolled vertically. This created a network of channels that acted as wicks. Melted wax, collected from issued candles or salvaged sources, was poured in until the cardboard absorbed it completely. Once cooled, the result was a compact fuel block that could burn for hours. The genius of this design was heat concentration. Unlike an open candle, the flames stayed low and focused. Soldiers placed mess tins directly on top or suspended them slightly above using wire or bayonets. The heat output was enough to warm stew, heat canned rations, or melt ice without producing a visible flame plume. In trench warfare, that discretion was everything. Historical accounts from the Italian campaign and the Western Front describe soldiers using trench candles at night under ponchos or inside dugouts. They weren't cooking elaborate meals. They were restoring calories and morale. Warm food mattered. It kept fingers moving, reduced shock, and gave a psychological edge in conditions designed to break men. The trench candle also doubled as a hand warmer and a light source. In winter, it was placed between boots to thaw frozen leather. In foxholes, it provided just enough light to read a map or clean a weapon without exposing position. This multi-use role made it invaluable, especially during prolonged engagements where movement was impossible. What's often missed is how standardized this improvisation became. Soldiers taught each other how to build them, and, well, veterans passed the technique to replacements. By late war, it was unofficial doctrine in some units. Manuals didn't need to mention it. The knowledge spread because it worked. You can replicate this today with minimal tools using the same principles. Start with a shallow metal container. Cut corrugated cardboard to fit tightly inside, oriented vertically. Melt plain wax slowly and pour it over the cardboard until saturated. Let it cool completely. To use it, light the cardboard edge and allow the flame to settle before placing cookware above. Ventilation matters just as it did in trenches. Modern survivalists use this design for emergency cooking, power outages, and cold weather kits. The same reasons apply, really. It's compact, reliable, and fuel efficient. The historical importance of the trench candle isn't just technical, it's philosophical. It represents how soldiers adapted civilian objects to meet frontline realities. War, strips life down to essentials, and this device addressed three at once: heat, food, and light. There's also a lesson here about logistics. Industrial armies still relied on individual ingenuity. When supply lines broke down, survival depended on knowing how to build something useful from nothing. That knowledge saved lives long before it became a YouTube topic. This is why studying these tools matters. They weren't invented for comfort. They were created under pressure, tested under fire, and refined through experience. The trench candle didn't look impressive, but it earned its place in history, one warm meal at a time. If you value forgotten wartime knowledge, frontline survival history, and the quiet innovations that never made headlines, make sure you're subscribed to In the Beginning. Share this episode with anyone interested in World War II, preparedness, or real-world survival skills, and help keep these lessons alive by understanding where they came from and why they worked.